The unseen river, navigating the flow of the source, the signature of the architect. Have you ever looked at the center of a sunflower, the curve of a nautilus shell, or the spiral of a distant galaxy, and felt a strange sense of recognition? This isn't just an aesthetic appreciation. It is your soul recognizing the source code of reality. We call it the Fibonacci Sequence, a mathematical progression where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. This golden ratio is the fingerprint of the Creator, a recursive geometry that proves the universe is not a collection of accidents, but a coherent, unfolding thought. It is the fundamental flow of matter into form. When the reducing valve of the brain is momentarily bypassed, whether through deep meditation or the use of psychedelic mushrooms, this hidden geometry becomes visible to the naked eye. The trees no longer appear as static wood and leaf. They reveal themselves as shimmering mandala shapes, breathing in sync with the fractal patterns of the air. These aren't hallucinations. They are a defiltered view of the etheric grid. We are catching a glimpse of the flow before it is compressed into the simplified 3D theater we call normal. To see the pattern is to realize that there is a singular, beautiful logic holding every atom in its place. We are not living in a world of objects, but in a world of mathematical music. The synchronicity of the mundane. This flow isn't just found in the geometry of plants. It manifests in the strange tendencies of our daily lives. Even in the most mundane environments, the pattern reveals itself to those who know how to look. Ask any experienced waiter, and they will tell you about the theme of the day. On some afternoons, without any external reason, every guest will independently order the exact same obscure dish. On other days, they might notice that 5 separate tables, complete strangers to one another, all arrive dressed in the same shade of blue or the same specific pattern. This is the synchronicity of the mundane. These are not coincidences. They are glitches in the valve that show us the underlying collective resonance of the day. There is a frequency of the hour that nudges our subconscious choices. When we remain in the ego, we see these as weird accidents. But when we step into the flow, we recognize them as data points. We begin to see that we are all drifting in a shared stream of intent. By noticing these small ripples, we gain a massive advantage in our own decision-making. We start to sense the flavor of the day before it fully cooks. We move from being reactive victims of luck to being proactive navigators of the current, realizing that the universe is constantly signaling its next move through the noise of the everyday. Temporal navigation, the Mayan legacy. The ancients understood this daily tendency better than we do. The Mayas didn't just track time as a linear count of days. They practiced a form of temporal navigation. Their calendars, like the Tzolk'in, were sophisticated maps of the qualitative nature of time. They understood that every day has a specific kin or spirit, a unique frequency that makes certain actions more likely to succeed than others. One day might be set for cutting away the old, while another is primed for sowing the seeds of the new. They weren't just checking the date, they were checking the weather of the soul. By aligning their actions with these preset tendencies, they achieved a state of effortless action. This is the secret of the infinite wonder. The universe has already set the rhythm. Our struggle comes when we try to swim against the tide of the day's inherent frequency. When we learn to read the flow, noticing the recurring colors, the repeated words, or the shared choices of strangers, we are essentially practicing a modern version of Mayan wisdom. We are asking, what is the universe trying to do today? And then positioning our sails to catch that specific wind. This is the mathematics of timing, proving that being in the right place at the right time is actually a skill that can be developed through observation and awe. The mastery of the current. To read the flow is to recover your creative sovereignty. It is the realization that the divine blueprint is a dynamic living document that updates in real time. The quicker we recognize the pattern, the more we can move with precision and grace. We stop forcing doors that are meant to be closed and start walking through the ones that the flow has already unlocked. This is how we overcome obstacles, not by grinding against them, but by finding the fluid path around them. The patterns are everywhere, in the clouds, in the kitchen, and in the coincidences of the street. The flow is the physical manifestation of God's guidance, whispered through the language of geometry and synchronicity. It is the invitation to join the dance. When we live with a conscious attitude, we become sensitive to the subtle nudges of the source. We find that life becomes a high-velocity game of pattern recognition, where every day is a new verse in a cosmic poem. The architect has left the instructions in plain sight. All we have to do is drop our filters, open our eyes, and step into the river. The current knows exactly where it is going, and if you trust it, it will take you home. Stay creative, stay kind, be curious, and keep exploring life.